For generations, the galaxy believed we were a broken, primitive people. They were wrong. We were cataloged by the Galactic Accord as a Category E world, unstable, underdeveloped, and irrelevant, just another blue rock orbiting a lonely star. Humanity, in their eyes, had only recently stumbled upon faster-than-light travel. We were considered volatile apes, nothing more, a footnote in the grand chronicles of space. But we are so much more, and the silence is about to end. Captain Zale of the Korthax Armada had patrolled the sector adjacent to Sol for a decade. It was a quiet post, a career graveyard, monitoring trade lanes, intercepting scavengers. Routine, boring, until the day the silence fractured. A shockwave, not through space, but through the substrate reality itself, trembled across nearby star systems. It wasn't an explosion. It was a resonance, a signal archaic and encrypted, layered with codes predating every known empire. Its origin point was unmistakable. Earth, deep beneath the Pacific Ocean. What in the void was that? Zale's lieutenant hissed as consoles flickered. Zale stared at the screaming data. This frequency, it's older than our oldest records. It's a relic, a pre-civilization war pulse. The source? His blood ran cold. The human homeworld. Within solar days, 100 alien eyes turned toward our sun. Some were curious. Most were terrified. The Accord Council demanded an explanation. Our ambassadors offered calm, measured denials, polite smiles, and diplomatic evasions. Then the second signal erupted. This was no mere hum. It was an awakening. From the crushing darkness of the Mariana Trench, a structure ascended, a gate, ancient and groaning, yet untouched by eons of decay. Its metal was unfamiliar, not Korthax alloy, not Valerian bioplate. It was something primordial, something forgotten, and it was just the beginning. The truth, buried for millennia, began to unfold. Hidden beneath our oceans, entombed in planetary crust, shielded from every advanced scanner, slept 12 vessels. Not ships, behemoths, each a titan the size of a continent, dormant but pristine, and their design bore no mark of any known starfaring race. They were ours. We did not arrive late to the galaxy. We returned. The galactic community erupted in panic. How long have you possessed these? Chancellor Vor, his bioluminescent frills flaring, demanded an emergency session. Ambassador Li Wei, in a simple black suit, offered a thin smile. A considerable time. You deceive the Accord, shrieked the Korvash delegate. We never claimed to be helpless, Li replied, his voice a calm blade. You labeled us primitive to keep us under watch. You feared a future you could not imagine, while remaining blind to the past we never forgot. Some called for immediate war. Others begged for the vessels to be dismantled. The wiser simply sat in horrified silence, realizing a terrible, awe-inspiring truth. Humanity hadn't just been hiding weapons. We had been hiding our history. The day the first Titan surfaced, everything changed, not just for the galaxy, but for us. Our linear history was a comforting lie. The truth was a spiral, buried under layers of intentional amnesia. We weren't discovering these ships. We were remembering them. At the Pacific Defense Hub, General Anya Petrova watched the Colossus eclipse the horizon. Any activity? She asked, her voice steady. Minimal, her tech officer responded. But internal systems are stirring, not reactivating. More like breathing. Anya's jaw tightened. The Accord was pressuring for access. The Korthax threatened sanctions. The Direl Imperium had moved a battle group to lunar orbit. For observation, they said. This time, Earth did not flinch. Not when our past was breathing down our necks. In a secure Geneva bunker, Ambassador Lee addressed the Unified Earth Directorate. Are we ready to open the archives? A counselor asked, voice strained. No, Lee said. Their fear is a shield. If we reveal everything now, we will not survive the coming storm. Our own people are in the dark, argued another. These aren't artifacts. They are weapons from before history began. Precisely the problem, Lee countered. We do not yet understand what we have awakened. The vessels were part of a project so old it had outlived the civilization that built it. Most humans never knew that our species once walked among the stars, that we built empires on light and thought, that we fought wars that scarred nebulae. Then we vanished. The collapse, the great silence. Whatever the name, the outcome was identical. Memory erased, records purged, technology entombed. These 12 leviathans were the final fragments of that lost epic, and they were coming online. One ship, the dreadnought Eternal Sentinel, activated first. Its core intelligence interface with global networks using a data language, so ancient our firewalls didn't even recognize as a threat. It knew where it was, and it knew to whom it answered. Above the Pacific, a short, stark transmission echoed. Primary directive active. Threat identified. Protocol Lazarus initiated. No one knew what Protocol Lazarus meant, but on the Durell command ship, alarm screamed. Captain Wren of the Durell fleet was a veteran of a dozen campaigns. Yet, as Eternal Sentinel oriented itself, his instincts howled. Distance, he barked. 3 planetary radii. Sir, its primary armament is unfolding. The view screen shifted. The dreadnought's weapons panels were sliding open, revealing cannon arrays larger than cities. And they were not aimed at Earth. They were aimed at the Durell fleet. Full retreat. Wren ordered, his voice cracking. Alert the Council. This is not a relic. It is a sovereign power. On Earth, speculation ran wild. But those in the know understood. These were not alien gifts. They were human heirlooms, lost to time, hidden by design. In the Arctic, beneath miles of ice, a vault sealed for 500 years hissed open. General Petrova entered, escorted by the silent, black-clad guardians. Inside, she met the last custodian, Dr. Eris Thorne. You said this was critical, she stated, brushing frost from her sleeves. Thorne gestured to a hovering hologram of the Eternal Sentinel. This vessel was forged in the final days before the silence. Its intelligence was built not just to fight, but to bear witness, to remember the war, the betrayal. What betrayal? Anya asked. Thorne sighed, the weight of centuries in his breath. We thought we were alone. We were not. Our first contact was not met with wonder, but with dread. Certain species saw our growth as a cancer. They formed a pact, not to destroy us outright, but to unravel us. They poisoned our AI, collapsed our gateways, turned our own creations inward. We didn't fall. We were meticulously deleted. Anya stared at the glowing dreadnought. And these ships? They were the contingency plan. A failsafe, Thorne confirmed. To sleep until the day the danger returned. Why wake now? She whispered. Thorne's eyes were hollow. Because the galaxy has begun to remember us. And fear is a powerful alarm clock. Light years away, the Accord's emergency session descended into chaos. The ancient elder of the Car Dominion, a being of light and dust, silenced them all. It has commenced. Its voice vibrated through the chamber. The humans have stirred their slumbering past. They will recall their nature. And when they do, the silence that followed was absolute. They will conclude what was interrupted. In orbit, as the Eternal Sentinel reached 40% operational capacity, it broadcast a new message directly to the Directorate. Command authority acknowledged. Awaiting primary link. Memory core intact. Do you wish to know the truth? Ambassador Lee stood frozen. The ship didn't just want to wake up. It wanted a conversation. And what it had to say would shatter every foundation. Lee opened a secure channel to Petrova. Anya, it's requesting a primary link. Someone it recognizes. You, she asked. No, Lee said, certainty dawning. It wants her. In a remote settlement outside Marrakesh, Dr. Kira Sun, a linguist specializing in dead proto-languages and archaeological anomalies, watched a black VTOL descend upon her home. She knew why they had come. I've studied the untranslatable glyphs, she told the stoic soldier escorting her. The ones dismissed as artistic fancy. And, he asked, they're not alien, Kira said softly, gazing at the horizon. They're human, from a time before language itself solidified. When she arrived at the oceanic platform, the Eternal Sentinel loomed like a mountain forged of midnight. General Petrova met her. It doesn't respond to us, but your genetic signature was flagged. Why? Kira simply walked toward the boarding bridge. Because my blood remembers what my mind does not. The hatch opened without a sound. Inside, the air hummed with latent power. Runes glowed within the walls, not lit, but remembered into existence. A voice, calm, profoundly human, resonated. Genetic lineage confirmed. Welcome, Keeper. I am no Keeper, Kira said aloud. You are now. A core of swirling crystalline light rose before her. Do you wish to interface with the memory core? Kira took a steadying breath. I do. The chamber dissolved. She was no longer on a ship. She was immersed in a living record. She saw cities of light spanning gas giants, fleets like silver shoals navigating nebulas, megastructures weaving to the fabric of space. Humanity had been architects of cosmic wonders. Then the vision darkened. She saw the escalation, the wars born of fear, both of humanity and by humanity. She saw cold exterminations ordered by human commanders. And then the great betrayal. The silent, coordinated sabotage that severed our neural networks, erased our history, and stranded our species in amnesia. The final act was to hide the last 12 sentinels, memory vaults wrapped in armor, buried in the cradle world's embrace. The greatest weapon is not fire, but forgotten truth. The vision faded. Kira knelt, tears cutting tracks through the dust on her face. We were tyrants, she whispered. We were survivors who lost our path. The sentinel corrected. The choice is now yours. Keep the past interred, or let the galaxy remember. Outside, the world was fracturing into fear and fervor. The Derel fleet withdrew. Other species mobilized. Ambassador Lee, standing with Kira in the control chamber, asked the vital question. What did you see? Our glory and our shame, Kira replied, hollow. We ruled and we were cast down. Then why awaken now? Kira looked up, her eyes sharpening, because they planned to do it again. The same powers that broke us once. They see us stirring, and they will try to finish the purge. The first strike was a coward's blow. An Accord stealth frigate launched a logic virus meant to blind Earth's orbital infrastructure. 70% of our satellites went dark. The Council disavowed it, but the intent was clear. Humanity had shown a glimpse of its teeth, and the galaxy was preparing to break its jaw. Lee gave the order, his voice firm. Awaken the fleet. All of them. One by one, across Earth's biomes, the Titans arose. From oceans, ice fields, and deserts, they ascended, the sky filled with ancient, silent power. And then they spoke, a chorus broadcast on every frequency. We were forged as guardians. You made us ghosts. You erased our people. You burned our story. But we remember, humanity is not emerging. It is returning. The vigil had ended. The return had begun. If this vision of a forgotten past reshaping the future resonated with you, please show your support. A like helps the channel wins a thought immensely. Telling YouTube this is a kind of deep narrative sci-fi you want more of, thank you for listening.